Hello, my friends. I'm here at Kay's job now, and she has to go to work and leave me to the day.
Well, at least I'm coming back home to
Yeah.
you.
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna do a vlog. I'm gonna do a vlog today, basis. You're not with me to do a vlog. I know our viewers want to see you instead of me. I guess.
I know they want to see me. They might
Because
not
you're
wanna-
beautiful, babe. You're a
They
beautiful
might not want
lady.
to see me.
Yeah, they want to see you. You know. So what the thing is, I'm gonna do a vlog today about sort of like about helping people in that sense, and I want to do a vlog about a true story. Everything I say to you guys is true.
So you're going to be a storyteller now?
Well, you're not there to do a vlog, so we can do a vlog together with truth. But I just want to share a thing, incident that happened to me when I worked at the Greyhound bus station years ago, before we even met. Years ago, you know. And it's when I first got out of the military. And I want to share to them about a lady that I helped. Not bragging anything about that. I don't brag about nothing. It's not good to brag or boast about anything. But just I want to share with them. And, just, I like to share things. I always share things with you. You always share things with me. Of course, we're husband and wife. We do that. But, yeah, and I just wondered what happened to this young lady. Last time I saw her wasn't too good. But I'll share that with you guys when I get home and do my little blog today. And you guys have a great day. Oh, yeah. And give me a kiss, bye.
I'm not leaving you.
Oh, okay, well, all right. I still can't get a kiss?
Okay, again.
Gee. Wow.
You're hot.
I'm sorry, babe. I'll get back with you. Hello, my friends and viewers around the world. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. I just took Kay to work. She's on her job, doing her thing. And like I told her, I'm going to do a video today. A truthful story today. Everything that I share with you is the truth. And what happened to me. So let me get started. When I got out of the military years ago, one of my first jobs was working at the Greyhound bus station downtown. Nice, big, fine terminal. Couldn't be in it for about a couple of years. The buses go up the second floor of the terminal. That's where you load the buses and all that, everything. Down below, it had all type of shops. They had a bar you can go to. They had a restaurant you can go to. They had a pharmacy you can go to. They had different shops you can go to. Big terminal, big state-of-the-art terminal, downtown LA. And I got a job there because they were hiring for another security. So by me being in the military, just got out of the military, they hired me. Gave me an interview and they hired me. So anyway, while I was working there, I was working with another sergeant. He was a sergeant at that particular time. But I noticed when we get calls of incidents, he would never come. I had to handle everything myself. And one incident happened where a lady came and got me and showed me, hey, you got a security over there sleeping. And I went around there and checked it out. And sure enough, he was sleeping in a phone booth, a little portable, not a phone booth, but a picture booth. You sit there and take 4 pictures. And so I woke him up and he was drunk. And so anyway, long story short, he was gone. They replaced him with another officer. So anyway, downtown, my job, they made me a lieutenant then. Made me a lieutenant. I got boosted up a little bit and made me a lieutenant in charge of the security operations at the Greyhound bus station. My main job was to provide, of course, security for the patrons there and make sure everything is safe and all that. But one problem that we had is that it was sitting right across the street from the Midnight Mission, where a lot of transients or homeless people stay. And they'd always come to the bus station, sleep in there, and they'd get drunk and all that stuff, and I had to ask them to leave and stuff like that. This went on for a while, you know. That was a job I didn't like to do, but I had to do it because I was in charge, and it was a problem. There was luggage getting stolen, people getting robbed or stuff like that, and so that was part of my responsibility, and I had to take care of it. Now, I had a little room. We called it a game well room, maybe about 12 by 12. I had my desk, and I had a phone, a game well phone that goes directly to the city hall. I can dispatch a car for me right away if I needed it. I had a bench all around with handcuffs hanging down in case I had to arrest somebody, which I did use many a times. And also the LAPD foot officers would come in and take their lunch breaks in there and gossip and talk. I got some stories to tell about that, but this is not the story I'm telling today. So anyway, I was sitting in my office one day, and some lady come running in there, crying, "Sir, help me, please." I don't know why I get this. I just told you a story yesterday about a young lady on Halloween. I don't know, New Year's. But this is before that even happened. And she came in there and asked me, could she sit here? She wasn't bleeding or anything like that, but she asked me, could she sit her because she was walking downtown. Some guy assaulted her, and she was afraid. So could she come and sit with me, because I'm security, until the morning. This is a graveyard shift. I was working graveyard shift at the time, from 12 midnight to 8 in the morning. So anyway, I said, well, what's the problem? Well, she told me that she was assaulted. Some guy was trying to catch her or trying to do something with her, and tried to snatch her purse. So I said, well, yeah, sure, come and sit in. You can sit in the office and we can talk for a while. So she began to tell me her story. Why she was downtown. She was from Palmdale, she said, and that she caught the bus to get away from her husband. Her husband, that's what she told me. So I said, wow, what happened to your husband? She said she had a husband that was so abusive. He didn't trust her. He would beat her. He was very abusive to her. And she said she'd go to her parents and complain to her parents, but all they would do was tell her, oh, he's a nice guy. He's not. And they went to some church. They used to go to some church, and he would go with them. But anyway, but he had a blind, I guess, over the parents' eyes. You know, they didn't see what was going on. But she'd often would tell him to please don't hit me, leave me alone. I do everything you want. Da 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 da. She told me the whole story. She had 2 kids, 2 children, a boy and a girl. And I said, wow, that's bad. You know, I said, oh wow. You know, I'm just listening to the story. She wanted to sit there till the morning when the got light outside. Then she'd go out. So anyway, she kept talking. She went to several people down there, relatives, but they would not believe her because he's supposed to have been a member of the church. He was good in the church, and they all went to church back then. And they didn't see what was happening behind the scenes in her house. So she said, no one will believe me. I mean, no one will believe me. She said she didn't know what to do. She said she can't stay with this man too more because he hits me too much. He abused me too much. He talks about me too much. And just the whole thing that a man shouldn't do to a woman, period. So anyway, she went on to talk to me. So she said, so I said, well, why do you leave or go somewhere else? And you're in Palmdale. And she said, I had to leave. I had to leave. And she said, and I said, well, you couldn't wouldn't work nothing out. Go talk to your preacher or something like that, since he was a member of the church. She said, I went to my preacher to complain about him. Could he give me some advice or give me some help? She said, he's the only one I could have went to. All the relatives didn't believe me, and family members didn't believe me. He's supposed to have been a deacon or something in the church or something like that. No one would believe her. This woman, no one would believe her when she went with her story. So she went to the preacher to try to get help from him. He was the only one that can help her. And she believed, you know. So she went in, she called the preacher and said, the preacher, she has a problem. Can we talk? So the preacher said, yeah, come on over to my house. We'll talk, you know. We'll talk about, sure. I can't remember her name. A long time ago. But she went over there to seek help. When she went in there, she told the preacher what her husband was trying to do, or what he was doing. And the preacher tried to hit on her. The preacher tried to get them panties down. And she was so hurt. She said she was so hurt. She believed in this preacher. She thought he was close to God. He was she said she just lost all faith. Lost all faith, in him or the church. So she said what she did, she thought about just packing her bags up and just leaving. Just left. So she left. And that's when I saw her, when she came into my night, she left that night, came down and into my office, and that's because she stayed in the morning and told me her story. Now, I really felt bad for her, she had to go through that, because I've never, ever in my life, ever could even think about hitting a woman. Never. My mother raised me good. I'm going to tell you, she's a good woman. And she's the only one that did raise me, because I never had a father. I didn't know my father until I got older. But she raised me and my sibling, and she was a good woman. She taught me well. I have never, ever hit a woman in my life, and never will. I couldn't stoop that low to even be abusive to any female. And I'm big, too. If I ever hit a woman, I'd probably do her some damage, because but I never could ever think about that up to this day. So anyway, she went on to tell me just about her whole life story, how she grew up, and her husband, all about him. Mainly she was talking about how abusive he is, and how her preacher broke her heart and make her lose all faith in God and everything. No one would help her. So I said, now we can eat anywhere in the Greyhound bus station. Security, one's in charge, can eat breakfast free. We can go to any snack bar and get a hot dog or something free, and stuff like that. Any food. So anyway, I took her I said, you want to go? Morning, it began to get morning, so I took her, you would like to go eat some breakfast with me? She said, sure, thank you so much. So I went and went to breakfast. I bought hers, but I got mine free. And we ate breakfast downtown. And I told her I have to leave now to go home, And she said, I don't know where I'm going to go, where I'm going to stay. So I helped her get a room. Some room downtown somewhere, apartment downtown. Help her get a room. And I gave her about $100 so she can get her something to eat later, So I left, went home. I said, well, have a good day. I'll see you. Bye-bye and all that. So anyway, the next day, I came to work. She was there. She said, I just come to say thank you to you, and I appreciate what you've done for me. You made me feel a lot better and all that, And no one's ever helped me like this before. I even went to my own family and people, even my own preacher. And she started crying. Couldn't help me. So I said, yeah, well, my pleasure. I'm very glad I could help you, you know. But I also told her, but one thing I'd like you to do, don't ever lose your faith in God, okay? That was your preacher that did that, not God. Never lose your faith in God. Always keep your faith in your Creator. I told her that. She said, it was kind of hard because why did God let that happen to me? I said, well, God didn't let it happen to it. It allowed it to happen, but you let it happen to you. And I can't blame you. I'm not blaming you or anything like that. But it happened. Maybe it's a test for you. I don't know. I couldn't answer a question, really, to tell you the truth. I just told her, don't lose your faith in God. Because I always had faith in God, no matter how downs, outs I had. My grandfather, my mother, my grandfather, my grandmother were very religious people, and they instilled that into me. They were Baptist Christians. So anyway, I had to go work during the daytime, so she left. So anyway, I went to work, came back. The next day, she wasn't there. Go to work, come back the next night, she wasn't there. I'm off weekends, right? So anyway, I hadn't saw her for a while. Time went on. And I was driving through downtown, and I looked, and I saw this girl. I said, hey, that's that girl that came to the bus station and she asked for my help. And she was so high, coming out of the alley. So high. You couldn't even think straight. And so what the thing is, she got downtown LA where all those transients and homeless people are, and got hooked on drugs. I said, wow. And I said, I forgot her name. I called her, and I can't remember it now, but I said, hey. And she said, yeah, she went to the car. I said, what happened to you? Why are you down here? You know, I ain't never going back home. I ain't gonna trust nobody there. I ain't go. I said, but this is the wrong place to be. You're in an alley with a transient, with a drug addict, and people like that. And look like they got you hooked on that stuff. Well, I feel better as friends of hers. I made a lot of friends down here. Oh, that hurt me so my heart so much to see that nice young lady turn herself into that. Anyway, I did all I could for her. And I did tell her, don't ever blame God for nothing. Please, that's the wrong thing to do. But apparently she didn't correct her problem because she was gone. And I often wonder what happened to her because I haven't seen her since then. And once you get downtown, get hooked on those drugs, unless you seek help, you're gone. You're hooked. And by the grace of God, maybe He put the spark in your brain to make you realize this is wrong. I got to seek help or something like that. Maybe she did. I don't know because I haven't seen her. But this is a story I experienced through my life. I have a lot of experiences through my life that I will share with you, good and bad. You know, I lived a life like all of us. All of us probably got experiences in our life that we didn't like or didn't want to experience it, but it happened. It happened. And sometimes God shows you things to make you be aware of what can happen to you or anybody, you know. And it was such a sad thing for me. And I was young. I was about maybe 19, 20, 21, somewhere around in there. Just got out of the military, going through experiences. And wow, that took the cake. Light started blinking or something. What happened? But anyway, y'all, I just want to share that with you. And always help people. in your life. Help the less fortunate. That's what God tells us, to help people. Start with your families, your friends, the wayfarer, the person you don't know. Do good deeds. Do good deeds in your life. Good deeds will get you into paradise. And I've always been the type. Even as a kid, I've always felt sorry for the less fortunate. I've always wanted to help people. I used to help my mother when we didn't have food to eat. I'd go out and sell bottles, sell cans, whatever I had to do. It's just the idea of helping someone. It's always been in me. It's always been in me. And I'm glad that God instilled that in me, starting from my parents, my mother. Really, she's the one. Anyway, just want to share that video with you. A true story. Everything I tell you is the truth. I don't like to make up nothing. What am I getting out of it? A true story. So anyway, if you guys like it, just share, and share my story with someone. Maybe it might help someone. It might wake someone up. Who knows what God may do. So anyway, you guys have a great day and enjoy yourself. Have a great day.